Peace to all of the kings and queens that's out there. This is your brother, the 13th level to the cipher, and we are back tonight on the People's Night. How are you all doing? I haven't seen you all in a while. I am back. Took maybe like a week off, but I've been busy. I've been reading, I've been studying, I've been researching, I've been traveling, I've been doing a number of things. Um, but most importantly, I've been doing that which I can bring forth to the people in truth. Okay? And I want to thank you all and welcome you all back to one of the best entertainment shows here on YouTube. Not only is it entertainment, but it is informative. Informative with truth. TRUTH exclamation point. But before we get started, I want to say RIP to a young brother that I know by the name of James that's out there in Manhattan. And they shot my brother in the face. They took his whole face off over nothing. Took his face off. Not shot him in his head, but blew his face off. It is just outrageous. It is just outrageous. And Chicago is off the hook as always. Sad off the hook, but it's off the hook. And we're going to get to that. We're most definitely going to get to that. But let me ask you all a question. How many of you all out there eat at McDonald's? I know a lot of you black people out there eat at McDonald's, and so do white people. However, it has been reported by BBC News and other websites, YouTube, and 20 or 30 more sites that you can Google and research yourself, that McDonald's is using human meat in their hamburgers, in their cheeseburgers, in their Big Macs, their quarter pounders, all of their burgers. Human meat. It has even been reported that not only human meat has been and is in McDonald's food, but also rat meat. Wow. Yeah, that sounds scary as fuck, but guess what? It's absolute truth. I only bring actual facts. I will not misinform you. I will not misinform you. McDonald's is selling human people who go into their franchise every day. In fact, did you know that they found children in the slaughterhouses of McDonald's where they prepare the meat? Dead children, their bodies in the slaughterhouse of McDonald's franchises. I knew that there were not enough cows for McDonald's to sell 1 billion burgers, okay? Not to mention all of the other fast food chains that sell burgers. But McDonald's specifically, we already know about the Burger King with the horse meat and Taco Bell. I don't go to Taco Bell at all. That's cat meat. But they said some type of other meat. They had got sued and whatnot a couple of years ago and supposedly have changed their quality of meat, which I really doubt. Even KFC is serving you Frankenstein chicken. You're buying Frankenstein chicken at KFC, meat that has cancer, that has been GMO engineered. And all of the bad part of the chicken, which is not good, they cut it off, but they still sell you the rest of the chicken. This is an absolute, actual fact. Absolute, actual fact. But back to McDonald's. So the next time You bite into one of those hamburgers, cheeseburgers, Big Macs, quarter pounders. You think about those kids that are dead and are being used for human meat in McDonald's franchises. Not only that, these children are also disappearing because of these secret societies and their rituals and sacrifices. I made a video entitled Body Parts back in the series of Black History 20 through 30. Somewhere up in there, you'll find the demonstration that I laid down in regards to body parts. The young girl who was found there in Chicago in the hotel, cut up and all of this whatnot in pieces, and you haven't heard anything else about it. It has also been reported that older rich white people are getting blood transfusions from young people. Blood transfusions from young people, I guess, that they're kidnapping once again. Kidnapping once again. And that blood from the young people is supposed to reportedly make these people who get blood transfusions to feel young, to live longer. You understand, if you look at all of these children that are being kidnapped and come up missing, most of them don't smoke. Most of them have no bad habits. I'm just saying. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. It is off the chain. Babylon has fallen. And as for you, black men, have you not had enough? You've been beat down. You've been turned out. You've been made junkies, dope fiends, homosexuals. And according to the administration of the government of the United States, you are labeled as criminals. You had enough. Come ye out of her, for she has become an inhabitation for devils, a pit, a hole for every foul spirit, and a cage for every unclean bird. Look at all that which is happening in America, which is the greatest country on earth in this era, in this time frame. We are not an Xbox, mad box. The greatest country on earth is a mad box, not an Xbox. You got black women having young black men, young black kids, don't know if they're going to survive in this satanic Babylonian system. You get a call in the middle of the night. Sorry to bother you, Mr. or Mrs. Jones, but your child has just been struck by gunfire, wrong place, wrong time. You can't even walk the streets anymore in the ghettos across America. In fact, you have a better chance in Vietnam than you do in the ghettos of America. It's an absolute known fact. During the 9-year Vietnam War, 55,000 soldiers were killed. U.S. soldiers died. Now, 10,000 young black men and black women have died every year. And if you times that times 9, that's 90,000. That's not including the ones that law enforcement have killed and conservative white American citizens has killed over parking space, over a parking space, road rage. It's outrageous. Speaking of road rage, It is reported that a black man, pulled out a gun in road rage and shot a 3-year-old baby in the head. Did not shoot the mother who was driving the vehicle, but shot a 3-year-old baby that was in the back seat over road rage. Because you beat me to the light. You beat me to a parking space. So you go and you slide up next to him in your vehicle and you go on your seat, and then you talk crazy and you get out and you haven't you had enough? People getting killed for road rage. Babies are being killed because of road rage. What are we going to do about that? What are we going to do about that? I just don't understand it. What are we going to do about that? What are we going to do about saving ourselves? Haven't you all been listening to me? 2053 is supposed to be black folks. We're not going to own or have anything. If that will not wake you up as an individual, as a people, if that is not enough warning for you by white people telling you as I told you, they have a plan to kill us all. They have a plan to kill us all. That's crazy. That's crazy. Then you got the pedophiles, the billionaire pedophiles, sex trafficking. He have all of these passports that is supposed to be federal regulated with different names on the passports, different bank accounts in different offshore countries. That's his. And people wonder, how did he get his money? He got his money through sex trafficking. And it was quite obvious how he got all of these fake passports. Either he knew somebody, which he did, like the former presidents, like Clinton and all of the rest of those piece of child ordering individuals. It has all been reported. You don't have to believe me. Do your own research. Do your own research. That's what you do. That's what you do. And then you have urban garbage box. You have gangster rap music going all across the airwaves in the ghettos of America, and you listening to music that's telling you to kill yourself. You are listening to music that is telling you to kill yourself. The capital murder, the murder capital of the US. Haven't you had enough? Haven't you had enough? You're listening to music that's telling you to kill yourself, and then you go and act it out. Keep in mind, the very whom I'm telling them to do, kill the nigger, kill the nigger, kill the nigger. And you wonder why they're killing us. You're killing yourself. You're listening to music that's telling you to kill yourself, and then your opposition is listening to your music, them to kill you. And then they smooth it over with they feel that their life was threatened. Despite the fact that the victim who was killed by law enforcement don't ever have a weapon, not even a knife. But they fear for their life, and they got a Beretta or a Glock sitting right there on their hip. And they got a partner with one on his or her hip, And they got a Trump, you have none, but you are a threat. They listening to gangster rap music too. The nigga. It's outrageous. Babylon has fallen. She has become an inhabitation for devils, a hole for every foul spirit, and a cage for every unclean bird. America is the modern day Babylon. There is nothing new under the sun, but never has a nation been this wicked in the annals of history, nor have they been as destructive as this nation in this era, in this time, 2019, the 21st century. Has any nation been as destructive as this one here? You don't have to believe me. Do your own research. Check it out. Like I said, you got the pedophiles running around. Even R. Kelly, who will never see the streets again. But we got a whole lot of sex traffickers who need to be sentenced as well. And to be honest, no one has ever paid for the sex trafficking and enslavement that the Arabs and the Europeans has placed upon Black people. Nobody's went to jail for that. I'm just saying. But it seems to me that they get all of the brothers. They did wrong, yeah. But where are the white pedophiles that's in Hollywood? Where are they at? You know, and I'm going to watch this Epstein dude. This Donald Trump is another one. He's another pedophile rapist. Donald Trump is a pedophile rapist. That's right. That's right. He's a rapist. The president of America is a rapist. The writing is all over the wall. It's all over the wall, and they've written all over the wall that they have a plan to kill us all. But you still listening to that garbage box that's telling you to kill yourself, and it's telling them to kill you. Haven't you had enough? Like, for real. You can't even trust law enforcement to even search your vehicle now, because they will put meth in your trunk. They will put cocaine rock in your trunk. They will put heroin in your trunk when you consent for them to do a search of your vehicle. So what did you do? What do you? And then you had the other chief commander in Florida who was putting drugs on young Black men. And someone ratted on the man, but he only got, what, 3 years for that? And he was doing this for how long? Just like all of those cops down there in Alabama was putting all of them drugs on them young Black men for over 20 years. But we don't deserve no reparations. Speaking of which, that Kamala Harris chick, come to find out that her great-grandparents owned slaves. Maybe that's why she gets brain stuck or want to be like Bernie Sanders when reparations is mentioned to her. I'm just saying. Pay attention to what's going on. Great Babylon has fallen. Has fallen. So you can get ready. And I highly advise you to keep your head on a swivel and prepare yourself for war. And I mean physical war. Because America is training right now. Their children are training right now how to kill their enemy. And what are you doing, black man, black woman? Can and from the looks of it, you won't be able to make it. You're not even preparing yourself because you're too high. You've become a junkie. You've become a dope fiend, a homosexual, a criminal who's not even thinking to save his own life or the life of his children. But I have grandchildren, just like you all have children and grandchildren. What are we to do about these issues that plague us in the midst of this war? Because it's war on black people here in America. You can take it or you can leave it. You don't have to like it, but it's most definitely the truth. It's most definitely the truth. Sad, but true. Babylon has fallen. She has become an inhabitation for every unclean bird that she has. You can't deny it. You can try to, but you can't. We've become so savage with one another that we sell drugs right in the presence of our children. We will sell drugs right in the presence of our children, showing them how to continue the cycle of genocide, killing one another. That's right. And what does the Popo say? Oh, I thought he had a gun. But according to Mother Frances Cress Welsing, the black man does have a gun, meaning his penis. Genetic annihilation. That's a whole nother story. And I've spoke about that in prior videos. But believe me, I'm going to get back into that sometime down the road. But it's there. It's there. This genetic annihilation. You can take it or you can leave it. Babylon has fallen. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are we going to do? You need to start preparing on how to grow your own food. You need to start preparing for how you're going to survive. That means all of the petty differences. Somebody didn't pay you that $5, or somebody stepped on your gym shoe, or you taking another black man's jacket, or you want to kill him for his car, his jewelry, or whatever possessions he have that you may want to have for yourself by taking his shit. Those are over. Can't you see that we are being forced? For those conscious people, I know that we are being forced to unite, but it's going to be absolutely impossible with the mind state that the majority of black people have right now. Either they're junkies or dope fiends, or they have been mentally duped. The miseducation of the Negro. We're fighting two fronts, black men. We're fighting among ourselves, and we're fighting on the front of chemical warfare, economic warfare, social warfare, extermination. Extermination, but you all don't see anything wrong with that. I don't understand it at all. House. Gangsters on TV, gangsters on the radio, gangster in the Star Spangled Banner. Kill, kill, kill has become the order of the day. And they feed off your stupidity. Feed off of it. Live off of it. And sadly, make you destroy yourself from your own stupidity. And they give you all of the tools to do it with. All of the tools that you need to destroy yourself is at your disposal. I'm just saying. It's sad, but it's true. So I highly encourage you to start making amends. Start surrounding yourself with those whom you can live in a space with, because it's going to get crazy out here. 2020 is going to be bananas. It's going to be bananas. They are legalizing recreational marijuana in January 2020 in the city of Chicago. Will Chicago also be the third city to legalize mushrooms, just as Colorado and Oakland has? It's going to get real ill out here. You get ill now. You just wait. It's going to be real ill. You got people running around placing nooses in front of people's houses. A noose, that which you hang, that he lived in with his parents, a young dude. And it is reported that they came and left a noose on the tree in front of the very same house and which committed suicide. It has got so bad people are committing suicide because they can't pay their bills. They done lost their job. Killing people because they done lost their job. People because they done lost their home. Killing people. Outrageous. And sadly, they never get the right one. They never get the right one who's actually responsible. Think about it. How many of those executives actually get killed from a man going postal or a woman going postal? It's outrageous. And if you are one of those that's in the classroom teachings, students, regardless of what grade level, I encourage you to be on your high alert. Traps are being set for teachers by students. Traps are being set for teachers by students. It's going down. They're dumbing you down and reducing you to savagery. And you wonder why they kill you. Because they too listen to the nigga, nigga, nigga. So if you want to get stopped, so if you want to stop or help to stop police killings of young unarmed black men, stop listening to music that tells you to kill your fucking self. You want to make it in the rap industry? Don't you see what it's doing? Not hip hop industry. This is not hip hop. This is rap shit. I'm just saying. It's outrageous. It's gotten beyond. Has fallen. The great Babylon has fallen. She has become an inhabitation for devils, a hole for every foul spirit, and a cage for every unclean bird. And sadly, all of the good people here, the good outweigh the bad outweigh the good in this instance. That's right. The bad outweighs the good in this instance. In this example. in the scenario in which we currently live, this reality. And speaking of reality, you have all of these reality shows ruining families, breaking up marriages, leaving children scorned and torn beyond measure. All because stop. It's all around you. Stupidity, madness. She has made everyone here drunk with her wine. And if you have not been tainted by the bottle of her wine, or you have resurfaced, meaning you've recovered from being drunk with her wine, you are a threat. Any conscious person who is actually doing something for the upliftment of Black people is a threat. That's just real talk. Take it or leave it. But I warn you, get ready. And they're legalizing all of these drugs to keep you passive on the madness that they are about to unleash upon us. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. So you all think about that. If there is anything I have said that you like, by all, subscribe button and press that bell button. You can share it if you like. The more the merrier. But by all means, uplift yourself, uplift your family, uplift those around you, clean up your communities, keep a swivel on your head. Yeah, that's right. Look everywhere. You can't trust anything right now. I'm just saying. Stay away from the po-po. Don't drink and drive. Don't be smoking weed in your car while you're driving. In fact, just don't smoke it in your car at all. That will alleviate a lot of problems for you. And trust me, I get my info from the guys who's doing the job. And as you know, I specified on numerous occasions of who I get down with and where I get my information from and who I ride with in case of emergencies. Keep saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. But I tell you, this is something that I've also majored in the streets and in institutions of education. To be aware is to be alive. The great Babylon has fallen. She has become an inhabitation of devils, a hole for every foul spirit, and a cage for every unclean bird. It's your brother, the 13th letter to the cipher. Thanks for watching, you all. See you in a couple of days. In fact, every day for the next 7 days. And if it's a good day, I'll bring 2 messages in that day. But for the next 7 days, we're going in real heavy, you all. It's your brother, 13th letter to the cipher. Peace.